Hello everybody, I'm Heidi Keeler and I'm speaking to you on behalf of continuing nursing education. And there's a lot of threats going on today. I was threatened with a taser if I didn't stick to my time, so I'm going to do the best that I can here. Innovation isn't always just about using new products or using new innovative, the latest and greatest thing. Oftentimes, innovation happens when you take these existing things, sometimes for many years existing, and use them in a new way. And so that's what I want to focus on, because we teach nurses, but hopefully what I want to talk to you about today can be applied to your fields as well. So the first one that I want to highlight for you today is our Pharmacological Conference for Advanced Practice Nurses. And what we did with this is a program that's been running for almost 20 years now, using a traditional live conference format. Now, the challenge that we always have in continuing education is you have to have students in order to teach. Many of you are lucky you have captive audience students, but we need to get students in some way. So the challenge for us is trying to reach out to get education to all of the nurses across Nebraska and beyond so that they can receive the education that they need. So this Pharmacological Conference, it's a live conference that runs in July, and it is live in Omaha. Now, 3 years ago, we decided that we want to try and reach out and bring this across the state. It takes 8 hours to go to the other side of the state, so we needed to find a different way. So what we did is we decided to take existing IP video technology and simulcast that out across to different locations. We chose the nursing campuses across the state. Now, we had heard that efforts to try and do this successfully didn't always end up with the learners' numbers that you need. So sometimes broadcasting doesn't always bring in the numbers and the people and the education to the people that need it. So we found that by doing this over the past 3 years, every year our attendance has increased. And the reason I think this happened is because we realized that people don't come to conferences just for the material. They come to conferences because they want to network, they want the conference experience, they want to have refreshments together. And so what we did is we actually set up that conference experience at those 5 locations across the state. The only difference being, in the innovation, is that the speaker, instead of being live, would be simulcast. Still have the opportunity to engage with the live speaker in Omaha. Everything else is the same. So we've been very, very successful with that. This past year, we had a 50-50 split. We had 50% of our audience in Omaha and 50% outstate. So I think that was a pretty big achievement. So the next one that I wanted to highlight for you is our Jarrow Nurse Prep course. And what Jarrow Nurse Prep is it came about from a Robert Wood Johnson grant in the College of Nursing by Dr. Mary Kramer. And it was a blended course. We moved the blended course from Blackboard to an asynchronous, completely online program using all sorts of different open source and commercial products. You can see what it looks like here on the screen. We have a lot of interactivity, a lot of video features, and with over 800 students now in the course, we think that we probably are doing something right here. We'd like to expand on this course, moving it out to different topics and different levels of nurses as well. One thing I will tell you in all of this is we learned a lot about the process of how to create such a product. And so I'd love to speak with anybody after if they are interested.
Okay, now it's always interesting to be the last speaker, or pretty much the penultimate speaker. My name is Lois Colburn. I'm the Executive Director for the UNMC Center for Continuing Education in the College of Medicine. And what I wanted to talk about really were 3 different activities we've done. One that's completed, and this one is PROTECT, which is improving immunization rates through performance improvement, CME. It was a multi-component effort that had received approval for maintenance of certification credit by the American Board of Internal Medicine, the American Board of Pediatrics, the AOA for their certification process, and the American Board of Family Medicine. Along the side, you'll see that this is just taking out what our experience was in nesting something that included self-assessment, chart audits, and other educational resources. And this is from the adolescent module. And over the course of a period of time, we were able to, within clinical practices, improve the immunization rates for various CDC-recommended immunizations. And this has held true across all of the modules. What we've learned is the biggest issue really has to do with systems approaches, putting in place those kinds of things that facilitate practice. It wasn't knowledge. Everybody pretty much knows that you got to give the immunizations. It was, what is the practice doing to facilitate the process? The second element is an effort that we recently received funding from Pfizer on the basis of a request for proposal in collaboration with the lymphoma group within the Division of Oncology. And what we're going to be implementing with rural clinicians is really to look at how can we improve the outcomes of rural patients treated in a rural community. It isn't that rural patients in general have poorer outcomes, it's the location of where they receive treatment. So we're doing a very formalized telehealth weekly case conference. There's going to be a consultation hotline. There are going to be other resources. There's going to be a second read for pathology. And the data, ultimately the success of this is going to be evaluated by data submitted to the Lymphoma Study Group database. Finally, we've got a new one starting. I'm excited to see what this is all about, but we're taking a very traditional journal online CME effort and adding augmentation using some gaming. It could be things like crossword puzzles or so forth to reinforce the learning. We do traditional things, but I think the more that we move into thinking about how can we innovate this, how can we make it relevant to clinical practice, we really will have accomplished something. Thank you.